Good morning, boys and girls. How about our good morning hug? It's so good to be with you again today, and I'll be with you this week, but next week I won't be with you. Does anybody know why? Next week is a special holiday, and you'll be getting out of school before you have your library day. So this week, Mrs. Deitz is going to read a story about that special holiday. Let's think really hard. Can anybody tell me what the name of that special holiday is? That's right, it's Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, thanks is a word we use all the time. If your teacher gives you something, or your family gives you something, you say thank you. So it's one word that we use, but thankfulness and thanksgiving are a little bit different. Thanksgiving is more of a feeling that you feel inside you. When you get out of school, you get all excited when you go out to the car and somebody is there to take you home. That's called thankfulness. You are very thankful that you're getting out of the car and you can go home. At the same time, in the morning, you get really excited when you come to school and see all of your wonderful teachers. And that's a feeling of thankfulness. Well, people have given thanks and have celebrated Thanksgiving for years and years. But many years ago, before anybody lived in this land where we lived, before there were any houses, there were some Native Americans that lived here, but they lived in tents, and they lived in caves, and they lived in different places. Well, some people decided to come from England on a boat, and they came over and started building this new land. Let's see some of the things we are thankful for. Thanksgiving happens usually in the fall. So during the fall, we have our harvest. We have lots of fruits and vegetables. And Mrs. Deitz has put here what's called a cornucopia or a horn of plenty. And it shows some of the things that you harvest and that you get in the fall. The leaves start to fall off the trees. We have many things. There's a change of seasons. So there's many things that happen. This one's about baby's first Thanksgiving. It's fall. The leaves are all changing color. We are thankful for the harvest. And there's a horn of plenty, or the big word for it is a cornucopia, just like Mrs. Deitz has here. For the pretty corn and the beautiful gourds and the pumpkins. And around Halloween, we see lots of gourds and pumpkins. And now for Thanksgiving, people will make pumpkin pies and decorate their tables with gourds. Apples are so good to eat. And we talked about apples last week a little bit and had a fun time with apples. And a turkey handprint is fun to make. Did you know if you take your hand and you put a head on your thumb and color it bright colors, it looks like a turkey. Let's have a pretend feast with pumpkin pie for dessert. Now the real turkey is ready. Lots of people eat turkey for their Thanksgiving feast. It tastes delicious with cranberry sauce. We love to celebrate with family and friends. Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving. Now this year, Thanksgiving's going to be quite different, and we won't be able to celebrate with big groups of people. But that doesn't mean we can't love them, and we can't still be thankful. And we'll look forward to the day when we can all get together and celebrate with our extended family and lots of our friends. The next one I'm going to read is called The First Thanksgiving, and it's by a lady called Nancy Davis. Now, this one you'll have to watch very closely because this is one of those books where Mrs. Deitz will have to move some flaps. This is the ship that sailed the sea. See, the ship is leaving England and it's coming all the way across to America. See, there's trees, but over in England there were houses. Here it comes, all the way across to America. This ship was called the Mayflower, and it carried pilgrims to a land that's free. Look at all of the pilgrims that were on the boats and on the ships. These are the people who taught them how. Oh, what did they teach them how to do? Let's see some of the things they taught them how to do. They showed them how to grow things. They taught them how to fish and hunt, to sow seeds in the ground, and to plow so they would have food growing in gardens. Let's see what's behind these, and there's a lot of these. There's some corn. Well, look there, there's a fish. There's another fish. Do you know why we have the fish that are down in the ground? Because fish can do two things. You can fish and get the fish and cook it and eat it and it's delicious. Or you can take fish and plant it in the ground and it helps your crops be better and bigger ears of corn. They are grateful for their new home and family. And here they are in their house. Mrs. Deitz is having a little bit of trouble finding. Here we go. Yeah, when we open all the doors, we see them in their homes preparing the food that they have planted. See the garden? See the barn, the house they built? The pilgrims celebrate the first Thanksgiving Day. Look at them all sharing and celebrating with all the food. Happy Thanksgiving. So Mrs. Deitz hopes each of you have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll see you in 2 weeks. You have a good afternoon.